Okay, Jeff, Sean, I just wanted to show you the areas of concern that we actually blow off and prime. I'm just in our spot repair area looking at a job, but shows you the same thing. So on the door interiors, you can basically see this area all down here is our rocker sill, we'll call it. We call this area the dog leg. It's just our front door hinge area. But this is really the surface that we try to clean of powder, because we can have, if powder builds up on this side, it can avalanche down and leave a rough appearance. So this is what we actually clean for the most part. We also clean the B-pillar on the product. There's a gap between the doors, I'll show you in a second, where we blow off air in between the gap to blow this area down, all the way down to this. On the rear door, same thing. We typically blow all the way from inside up around to the dog leg. We have most of our avalanching, of anything, that would occur right in this vicinity here, and all that's just overspray from our different zones. We get powder buildup. Sometimes the skid rocks. It can create an avalanche effect and create defects in here. We unfortunately leave our doors more open than possibly other facilities, just because of our hem sealers and whatnot. This large gap causes us to build more powder. But these are the areas that we basically need cleaned off, from here back around. We got to do the B-pillar area between the door, and basically in here all the way around to the front hinge. These are typical areas that we blow off on all the models. The way we go about doing it, I'm just looking at an Impala here, but the way we go about doing it is basically, you can see there's a gap. This is the actual rocker itself. There's a flange, and then you got the rocker sill in between, and this is the door itself. So when the applicator comes in, it basically just has a wand and blows off and turns, and it aims to get inside of this gap, so it'll blow all the way through in here. Basically, it just rotates around and hits through that gap. We have our door standoffs here. Our Flex product is pretty much standardized, so unfortunately you can see we leave the big gaps, and it creates just the overspray from the overheads, ends up having powder collect all in these areas. So I hope they'll give that a little bit better overview. Sorry, here's the B-pillar too. So when we blow the B-pillar, we're just blowing in between this gap in here, and you can see that in the simulation in Paint Pro. It's hard to see without a tool on there, but we're blowing this area off. So front door blow off, B-pillar, rear door blow off. Here's another view again of that gap. It's all the way around. So it's this flange, this welded flange, is basically gap between here and the open door is where we get the airflow channel. On the Buick, we have a metal rocker, but the powder comes out of the gap as well, and that's most important for the Buick, because we don't have that, basically that external, that gap there that we can blow off from the bottom. Because if we use a manual knife, an air knife, you can actually see that we can, it's hard to see I guess, that we can blow off with a manual air knife, blow air through the channel up and over the rocker. That's why those manual air knives that we have sticking up can work. But with the Buick, we don't have this gap. That's why we have the rocker blow-offs. That's how it's evolved anyways. This is just a quick view of the adjacent side, but you can basically see the gap between the door and the flange. I don't know how easy that will be to pick up on simulations either, or whether our models are showing all of that.